Aries. If you're an Aries born March 21st to April 19th, what can you expect for the month of January 2016? Let's tune in and find out. So Aries, showing me right away, some of you have been worried about a loved one or a pet or an animal, and you're absolutely going to be very pleased with the healing that's gone on and the information that's shared with you. You're going to see people getting stronger and healthier in your life, so that's a really good thing, and I feel the relief. Now, some of you just are going to worry anyway because that's what you do, but you don't have to. So I'm being shown that you worry anyway, but the situation's getting better. And it could even be your own health that you're worried about and or concerned about, but I do feel like it's getting better, okay? So that's good news. That's a nice way to open 2016. So we have Mercury is going to be retrograde January 5th to 25th, and I know a lot of people usually dread that, but this is actually, I think, the perfect time to have a Mercury go retrograde, because it's all about rethinking, redoing, recalculating, recreating, and it's especially at the beginning of the January where we're thinking about the whole 2016. It's a perfect time to be able to make adjustment about what we want to be doing for the rest of the year. And it's a nice slower time. We're coming off of the holidays, and so it gives us sort of permission to kind of look and see and make the changes, and we have the time that we need to make those changes. So it's a really good way to enter the new year, in my opinion. Okay. So we also have a new moon, January 9th in Capricorn. So Aries, for you, this new moon is going to bring you new information. And for some of you, it may be that you are looking at purchasing something new, whether it's a car, whether it's a house. You just want to be aware that the timing is everything, right? And when those retrogrades happen, with Mercury especially, we're not able to see everything, right? It's kind of veil comes down. And so it's a great time to sell. If you want to sell a vehicle, if you want to sell a refrigerator, if you want to sell a computer, if you want to sell, anything of value, now is the perfect time to sell. You don't want to buy anything till the end of the month. The reason why is because we're only getting a piece of the picture. We're not seeing everything. It's kind of like the storefront. You see what's going on in the front, but you don't see what's behind it, right? So at the end of the month, everything's revealed. So if you like something, you can always put a down payment on it with the caveat of, I'm going to, relook at it again at the end of the month. And if I like it, then I'll pay you the rest. If not, I want my money back, right? If you're scared about losing it or that sort of thing, but the best thing is to wait until the end of the month to purchase something. Just because you really don't want to enter into any sort of contract or anything that's binding until after January 25th when it goes direct. Now, let's look at your relationships for all of you who are Aries. First of all, those of you in committed relationships. Okay, there's a lot of worry here. I'm like feeling worry around your relationship, and it feels like it's around money and finances. Some of it has to do with your partners, their jobs, their careers, being a little bit stalled, and it reminds me of a lawnmower that's run out of gas. You're pulling it, you're pulling it, you're pulling it, and nothing is happening. So listen, don't stress about it. Your partner's going to tweak and make some adjustments in their career, or your parents or your kids or whoever it is. It's going to be cleared up. It's not going to be cleared up right away. Like, I feel like this is a 4 to 6 month ordeal with your partner and what they're going through. And it's really going to require you to have patience. The good news is your relationship is going to be fine. It's just this little bit of an irritant that's going on, something they've got going on. And it could be that they're taking care of their sick mother. It could be that it's their child, your stepchild, who's causing problems. It could be it's their boss, or it could be that they don't have a job. Whatever it is, Aries, your partnership is what I'm seeing is just this source of irritation right now. But it doesn't mean that it has to be kind of like rip the family apart. I'm not seeing that it's that kind of irritation. I'm seeing it's something that you can work through and something that you can rise above together, okay? But it does require you to be tough. It does require you to speak up. It requires you to be an adult about it, and to really move forward in a way that's practical and grounded and that you apply common sense to, right? Now, the challenge in January in doing that is because we have this miscommunication that goes on, things can easily be misunderstood. Your partner's feelings can be easily hurt, or your feelings can be easily hurt, or you can feel like it's falling on deaf ears and they're not making the change that you ask it, or what are they doing? They're doing the same thing they did last month and I told them I won't accept that anymore. Just know this is all part of the miscommunication that happens under the Mercury influence, of being retrograde. And just know that by the end of January, early February, by that following new moon in February, that is going to shift and will adjust out of this, and you'll be able to move fast forward ahead, and your partner will be able to start to hear, and you'll communicate a little bit better. It doesn't mean that you're out of the woods yet, but communication is going to get better. And then I do feel like by the summer, it's going to be much, much, much better, your relationship. Now, some of you may be going, what is she talking about? My relationship is great. It's divine. Then I say, good, good. Then it doesn't apply to you. Okay. So thank God your relationship's great. Then I'm happy for you. But this is for those that are really struggling, and I can feel it in your throat because you love your partners and you don't want to hurt them and you don't want to sound like a baby or a whiner or a complainer. And so some of you are holding it in which case it's connecting with your throat. And that's not good either. It's always about speaking up, but just being clear with your communication and noticing how it's landing over there. Are they taking it in? Do they understand? Asking a lot of questions. How do you interpret that? What I just said to you, how do you interpret it? Asking questions back, especially during a retrograde, is going to give you the right feedback that then whether or not they heard you. Now, for those of you that are single, let's look at your relationship and see if you're interested, if a relationship shows up for you in January. Well, this relationship is more about you. It's really more asking for your own perspective. And I really feel like this is about making you happy. I feel like this month is about, what do I want to do? What do I care about? How do I want to see the world? How do I want to be seen? So I feel like a lot of this for you single Aries is an opportunity to kind of redefine how you want to be seen in the world, how you want to be treated in the world, the way you want others to see you, and the type of relationship that you want to have with somebody, and really kind of making some decisions about what your future is going to look like and the type of person you're going to be in relationship with. I don't see you exactly attracting a new relationship in this month. I see it more about you just kind of figuring out what it is that you want and what you don't want. And some of the times the way we learn that or discover that is by having a lot of what we don't want, and then we're able to get that out of our life. So some of you are going to be moving people out of your life. Done, done, done. Some of that is not going to stick, all right? So some of you are going to have this repeat of people coming back into your life, or a person coming back into your life in January yet, because you're not quite done with them, and that's okay. I feel like there's just a lot more clarity in February that you're going to get, and you'll be able to end things more amicably, or you'll be able to get back together in a really peaceful way. So just go with the flow, Aries. For those of you that are single, really know your own heart, know what you want, and you're going to get a lot of support with that this month, so that you can act on it then. Okay, career and money for Aries. Well, I feel like you've been really digging in the well. Like, you've been putting a lot of money out. Now, some of you may have a lot of money, and but maybe for the first time are a little concerned about the amount of money you're spending, or the amount of money you have just spent. The good news is I see money coming. I see. Yeah, this is really good. Not so much in January, but in early February, I see like this big blossoming money tree, okay? So in early February, it feels like there's absolutely an opportunity for you to really gain some more momentum or money. And it could come from your own work, your own career. It could even come as a payment in from your partner, or your partner gets money in. They finally get a job, or they bring money in. But I see money coming back into the coffers in early February, so that's good. January, there's still more of a holding your breath and putting money out. But you know what? Just stay productive and active, and that's really going to take hold. Some of you are going to also see what's not working in your business and are going to make the changes, and in January are really trimming down the fat, really getting rid of things that aren't working, and that's really good for you. Some of you are going to be changing, attorneys, accountants, secretaries. I see you changing out, from really expensive things to more realistic things. So I see you making adjustments in your own personal life about, oh, I don't have to buy this brand, I can buy this brand. I don't have to have this type of person, I can have this person. So I see you making adjustments with your own money flow in tightening the belt, which I think is a good thing. It's going to make you feel better. And I also see that that's really going to help with your clarity, because you're going to start to see all these places where you're wasting money, and you're going to be plugging those up. So that's going to help your cash flow too. So I feel like there's a lot of information that comes in for you, Aries, that you are going to be self-motivated to save money and to do things differently so that you are being smarter with the money that you do have. Okay, so let's look at your health, Aries. I feel like your health is good. I feel like you're on top of it. I feel like you're taking care of yourself. Aside from this little bit of throat thing I've got going on here and a little pain in the neck, which might have to do, again, with some of the things we've already talked about, I feel like all in all, you're actually going to get stronger. And part of the reason you're going to get stronger is because you're taking committed action to help yourself, with these financial things and speaking up with your partner and stuff like that. These are all ways in which you can actually start to be proactive in your life. And when you're proactive, we feel better. We get better, right? Because we're actually taking care of us. Now, anything unexpected for Aries in the month of January? Yeah, there may be an unexpected vacation for you in which you travel to a really nice warm climate, potentially. Some of you may, unfortunately, have an unexpected tooth problem. Sorry to report that, but some of you may have an unexpected issue with a tooth that needs to be handled. But I feel like there's really some unexpected nice days, and it could even be just that the weather is unusually warm and you get to play outside or be outside, or it could be a trip that is, but I just see you like really being able to have this surprise time, some downtime that's really, really needed and really enjoyed. Let's see if there's anything else there for you, Aries. There's also a nice creative streak that you guys are going to find in this quiet time, and a lot of resolution and answers that you've been anticipating and needing, like really like business things. Like I really see you on point, getting some smart business ideas, and it just kind of like comes in and zoom. You know exactly what to do and how to manage and what's next. More so than anybody else, I feel like this is a time when you're really injected with pure psychic ability, and it's just coming in and boom, you know exactly what to do and how to do it, more so than anybody else in your camp. So you really want to listen to your instincts this month, because you're being downloaded with something really great to help you in your work and your profession and your career, to take it to the next level. And nobody else has this information other than you, okay? So when you say it, when it comes in, you really need to fight for it, and you really need to trust it. And there was one way, when we go, wow, am I making that up or is that real? You want to just put it out there. And as you're talking, you can really feel a welling in your body, like almost like, people in the background going, yeah, that's right, that's right. It's like that. So as you're speaking, it sort of feels like you've got all these angels cheering you on and saying, absolutely. And so as you start to talk about it, as it comes out, when you're sharing it with your loved ones or your coworkers or whatever, just notice if you're getting that feeling, or if it's just you pumping yourself up, right? There's a big difference. And if you don't know, you just sort of surrender and let go. And then that feeling will come over you, that knowing, it's a knowing that, no, that's right on, that's accurate, that feels really true to me, okay? All right, you guys, wow, that's exciting. I'm happy that you're gonna have this amazing epiphany that's really gonna support you in 2016 and with your career goals and moving you in the direction that you wanna move. That's really awesome, Aries, that you're gonna be able to spearhead your own campaign and get people on board and then make it happen. So that's what's in store for you for 2016 with your career. So amazing, Aries. Have a wonderful, wonderful January. And if you like my star signs, please click like and share it with all your friends. And I wish you a wonderful, happy, blessed, and prosperous 2016 and Happy New Year.